Hi, welcome to our channel. For today's video, we will recap a thriller action film called What Happened to Monday from year 2017. The plot revolves around a world of overpopulation where families are restricted to one child. Identical septuplets must evade government sanctions and internal conflicts while searching for their missing sister. Have you seen this movie yet? If not, grab some popcorn and enjoy. The population of the Earth has doubled in the previous 50 years, and the resources of the Earth are running low. Scientists have developed rapid genetically engineered product growth strategies in response to the ongoing rise in population. However, meddling with nature has had unintended repercussions, such as a marked rise in the number of multiple pregnancies and genetic abnormalities. In an effort to conserve the environment, public activist Dr. Nicolette Kamen suggested passing a legislation limiting families to having just one child. Checkpoints were erected all over the place, and this idea was approved and carried out. Each and every citizen must have a unique identity bracelet on. From this point forward, unlawfully born children are separated from their families and kept in deep sleep until Earth's conditions improve. Scientists claim that this is a compassionate procedure. After giving birth to identical stippled sisters, Karen Setman passes away. Their grandfather Terrence trains the kids to pretend to be a single person named after their mother and gives them names based on the days of the week. In present day, Sunday will be registered soon. On paper, she is Karen Setman, and she is the sole kid in the family. In the city, propaganda and advertisements are everywhere, telling every family to have a small number of members in order to live in a better world. According to the distribution law, children born outside of the law will get forcefully taken away by a special force to make that particular child sleep in the chamber. Sunday went to the market in the evening and purchased a Norwegian rat. Getting back home, Sunday entered the house through the front door after passing the identity check. The woman looked and felt well today, which astonished the concierge since she had been intoxicated the day before. Sunday just gives her a smile. Before getting inside her home, a security check on her eye is conducted first. Sunday cleaned her face of makeup first thing in the morning. In the evening, the sisters got together for dinner. Monday is very quiet and appears to be thinking of something else. To ensure that everyone is aware of what is happening, Sunday shares with the sisters the specifics of her day. The Karen Setman will be getting a promotion at work soon. The most intelligent of the sisters, Friday, is the reason for everything. Terrence used to say to his granddaughters that being strong as a group is preferable to being weak as an individual. He wanted to pursue a career that would incorporate all of their complementary skills. In order to keep the existence of 7 girls a secret, Terrence had to construct a secret room within the house. Each day, he gave them training. In the event that an unknown person entered the house, the girls were required to quickly conceal themselves and all of their belongings. The girls look forward to tomorrow because it's the first day of school. They each get to go on the day of their schedules. Everyone is free to be whoever they are, but outside, they have to pretend to be the Karen Setman and act as one. Thursday was sent to school by Terrence the following day. The girl had never been among such a large gathering of people before, so she was quite afraid when they first went out on the street. Nobody suspected Terrence was lying because he had already changed the identifying bracelet. She was cautioned by her grandfather not to tell anyone about her sisters, or else they would all be in trouble. Every girl was required to present to the other females what had transpired during the day during their evening sessions. The sisters' lives are the same as they were at the moment. The world was becoming a worse place because of overpopulation. The women were sick of living like this. Despite having their own goals and aspirations, each of them had to put on the Karen Setman mask in order to exist. Thursday, more than anybody else, finds it intolerable to spend 6 days a week inside. She remembers that as a child, she once sneaked out of the house. Terrence was concerned when he noticed that Thursday had lost a finger. The girl angrily declared her dislike for Karen Setman, but her grandfather insisted that there was nothing more they could do. Every girl's activities have an impact on the other girls. The sisters will all need to lose a finger in order for them to resemble each other exactly once more. Monday has been asked by Karen to show courage and leadership to her sisters. Thursday is still feeling bad about what took place. Monday felt ill on the following day. She was nevertheless intending to report to work. Monday dressed like Karen Setman and stood in front of the mirror. She grinned at a Child Allocation Bureau employee at the identity screening, who said that he detested Mondays the most. Monday happened to run into Jerry, a co-worker with whom she is in competition for a promotion. Karen is the frontrunner due to her hard-working nature. Jerry did, however, imply that he is leaking information on her. When Monday discovered that Jerry was aware of her sisters, she was appalled. Monday never returned home, and it was already late. Concerned, The sisters made the decision to use the bracelet to try to locate Monday, but her tracker is turned off. By the next day, Monday had yet to arrive. Tuesday's turn to leave the house is today. The sisters are worried that Monday has suffered a terrible fate. They will all have disappear if Karen Setman passes away. Tuesday instructed Thursday to go about things as usual. The others will attempt to discover Monday's fate. The hotel employee at the exit is surprised and says that he hadn't seen her return the day before. Thankfully, everything went smoothly at the identity checkpoint. Tuesday turned on her tracker first thing in order to let her sisters hear everything she said. As it happened, Karen Setman received a promotion. The woman found out from her secretary that she celebrated her promotion at her favorite pub yesterday after work. Tuesday became aware that Jerry was observing her all the time. She tried to quietly inquire about last night's events from the waiter at the same pub. Karen, as it turned out, only had one glass because Jerry had her attention practically immediately. Karen and him fought before she left. They realized that Jerry is aware of their identity. To speak with the guy is their only option. Tuesday noticed a black van out of the blue. She was invited to get into the automobile by two individuals who had blocked her route. Right away, she turned off her bracelet. Tuesday's whereabouts are now unknown to the sisters. As this was going on, she was brought to the Child Assignment Bureau. Upon observing this, Adrian Knowles, the security guard, was nervous. Even more horrifying was Tuesday's surprise when Dr. Nicolette came and personally welcomed her. The woman was astounded that the sisters had managed to hide the truth for a whole 30 years while continuing to pose as a single entity. Terence Setman is a selfish man, says Nicolette, since his 7 granddaughters illegally collected food and drink from other people's shares. It was pointless for Tuesday to attempt to deny that she had sisters. Nicolette gave the order to capture all 5 of the remaining ones who were on the run. With 2 already gone, the remaining ones fear for their lives. They were startled to see armed individuals outside their property. After eliminating the hotel caretaker, the leader used Tuesday's eye to gain easy access to Karen Setman's flat. While the soldiers investigated the house, the sisters hid in their hidden room. After figuring out how to access the hidden chamber, the leader gave the order for all the women to exit. One of the sisters was absent, though. Thursday suddenly attacked one of the men. The sisters have received self-defense instruction since they were young. However, the enemy still has more advantage with their weapons. Together, the sisters overcame the troops, but Sunday sustained life-threatening injuries. Her sisters watched her die in front of them. Nicolette kept an eye on the kids who had found themselves in the distribution center. Yet, she has not yet been getting information from the capture group. Now is the time to concentrate on finding all the sisters. However, Nicolette gave Joe the order to get rid of Jerry first. The sisters learned that Tuesday was the owner of the eye. Now they were at a loss on what to do. They could not have lasted outside the apartment for longer than 2 minutes, given the great number of security and detectors. The stronger sister had intended to go see Jerry early on Wednesday morning in order to learn what information he might provide. All she sees, the sisters will see. When Karen approached Jerry while wearing an off-duty office uniform, he was taken aback. He was unaware that from the adjacent building a sniper was keeping watch over him. Wednesday probed Jerry with pointed questions to elicit information. The colleague only promised to keep her secret if he's the one who gets promoted. Wednesday was so upset that he aimed a taser at him, but it got blocked. Jerry was not prepared for it at all. As it turned out, he is aware of the illicit transfer of a substantial amount of money to Nicolette Camen's account. That was something that none of the 5 sisters knew. Wednesday orders Jerry to provide her with the contract he had discovered, but the sniper killed him before he could. Wednesday hid, drawing the curtains to keep the sniper from spotting her. Armed soldiers and police officers are now surrounding the building. Wednesday gets taken away. Jerry's flat was searched by the police and the military. Wednesday assaulted him and seized his weapon, which only worked with the owner's specific biocode. The soldiers were fired upon as they opened the door. Everybody in the flat suffered the same fate. A second batch of troops proceed to enter the room. Wednesday quickly grabbed the Nicolette Camen contract file. She had to escape through the 3rd floor window. Even with the steep descent, Wednesday continued. She gets pursued by the enemies. Friday gave her advice on where to flee in order to evade capture. When onlookers spotted the distribution service representatives, they tried to obstruct them in any way they could. Wednesday kept moving through the crowd, evading gunfire. She needed to escape into a building. At the same time, the sister doors are getting destroyed by the police. From their children's distribution bureau, it was an agent. After 2 sisters went into hiding, Saturday let the guest in. Adrian Knowles was the person who appeared. Saturday knew right away that Karen Setman was someone he knew. They seemed to have an intimate relationship. Wednesday was hiding from armed men when Adrian requested to enter. Saturday informed Adrian that Karen Setman needed to take a quick break because she is still appreciating her new look. She proceeded to the sisters' concealed chamber. They're attempting to determine which of them had an affair with Adrian. Wednesday resisted her opponents until she led Adrian out of the flat. She would have to jump onto another structure to escape being pursued. Wednesday knew there was nothing else she can do. She jumped with all the bravery she had, but Joe is able to shoot. However, Joe still catches her to inevitably end her life. There were now just 3 sisters remaining. On the other hand, Saturday ended up in Adrian's apartment where he noticed his picture with Karen. It seemed that they had been together for a very long time. Adrian gave his sweetheart a kiss, and Friday opens a file that revealed Karen Setman had transferred millions of dollars to Nicolette Kamen's campaign. She couldn't figure out why and who did it. Wednesday took advantage of the opportunity and established a connection with the Bureau's server using Adrian's bracelet. Friday succeeded in logging in. Through the use of the cryobank security cameras, the women were able to locate the sleeping cells. Karen Setman was spotted by the sisters in one of the rooms. Monday turns out to be alive. At the Bureau, today is significant since Nicolette Kamen is launching her campaign. It was evident from the talk that Adrian thought the Bureau was doing a terrific job. He is also not happy that he only gets to spend one day a week, during Mondays, with his loved one. Wednesday came to the realization that one of the sisters was secretly in love with Adrian. They now firmly believe that Monday is under Kamen's captivity. The women want to reveal Nicolette Kamen's true identity to the world and set their sister free. Saturday was killed by armed men who broke into her flat before she had a chance to get away. An assault squad broke into Karen Setman's apartment as well. The sisters made their escape, but Friday decided at the last minute not to go. Their flat was empty save for the proof that they had all been real. Friday started sending data to her sister's bracelet and places gas canisters in the microwave. Friday bid her farewell, pleading with her to stop Kamen's crimes and save Monday whatever it takes. An explosion demolished the entire floor as the soldiers were getting ready to break into the flat. Thursday collapsed in terror upon knowing this. Realizing it was his beloved's address, Adrian hurried over and discovered Karen Setman's deceased body. The soldiers refused to let him in even though he tried to get to her. Thursday attacked him when he got back to the car because he thought he had turned everyone in. Judging by the look of amazement on his face, he never knew anything about the sisters. Adrian felt hope restored when Thursday informed him that his beloved Monday was still alive. Together, they infiltrate the Bureau. They made a plan to let Adrian be the bait who supposedly has one of them to get inside. Thursday captured everything on her bracelet and discovered the awful truth. The cryo capsules turned out to be furnaces after all. There is no better future waiting for any of these kids to wake up to. Adrian has first-hand experience of it. Thursday assaulted her and shoved her into the boiler as the Bureau staff inspected the bag. Thursday was attacked by another co-worker, but she stopped him. Adrian was astounded that Nicolette Kamen had been involved in these horrific murders for such a long period of time. They discovered one sister who was still alive together with Thursday. However, it was Tuesday rather than Monday. At the same time, they found Monday with Nicolette. They were in cahoot all along. In order to fulfill her goal, Monday was prepared to sacrifice her sisters. She truly believes she is the last remaining Karen Setman. Using the clothing from Tuesday, she disguised herself as Karen Setman on Thursday and went to the social gathering that Kamen had arranged for her election campaign. Tuesday and Adrian acted as though she was kidnapping her to trick the guards. Seeing Monday with them, Thursday knew that Monday tricked them. Tuesday was able to access the live feed at that point by connecting to the database. Why her sister had treated them all like this was beyond Thursday's comprehension. It had been feelings for Adrian all along. Monday fell in love with him, and for love, she is willing to sacrifice even her dear sisters. There was only going to be one Karen Setman out of the two. As Kamen was reporting to the public the achievements of her child distribution program, a fight broke out between the sisters. Adrian is also having his own fight with the guards. He eventually wins while the two sisters are still going at it. The world was informed of the Bureau's true mission when the live stream began. Nicolette Kamen passed out, and many were horrified. The wounded Monday arrived with a gun, but she was rendered defenseless by Joe. Luckily, Adrian is there to save her. Monday remembered, in her final moments, that many years ago, she had seen her grandfather cry. They lost their fingers on that day, claiming to be merely attempting to keep children safe. Asking the sister to swear that her unborn children would not be taken away was what she wanted. Though she was no longer breathing, Adrian pleaded with his sweetheart to stay with him. The movie ends as the revocation of the distribution law was forced by widespread protests inside the Federation. Cayman is now awaiting trial for the mass murder of innocent lives. Meanwhile, the kids born on Monday were put in an artificial womb. Tuesday is now known as Terry, but her eye was restored by the doctors. On the other hand, Thursday took on the name of Karen Setman. She remembers her sister Monday, who did everything she could to save her children. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoy this movie. See you in our next video.